Hello, welcome to the Stockinette Zombies, another mini episode. I'm Amy, also known as J-Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And we had two folks where we kind of had a huge cornucopia of things to talk about in our last episode. So we decided we'd do a mini-sode here, and they were very generous and are offering giveaways for you as well. So we thought it would be fitting to kind of spin it off into its own little, can we enable you, and can we give away something to you as well? So we have these fabulous sock blockers, Jim and Danny, JD Craftshop. I got the mediums, and you got the larges, I believe. They have 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, I believe. $25 for a pair, which I thought was a good price because I think I remember paying more than that for an individual one. Not more than that, not more than the 25, but definitely
More than two for, yeah.
Yeah, 2 for $25. Anything that you wanted to?
You were mentioning that they have the holes in them, so you feel like your socks might actually dry being blocked on the sock blocker, and you can hang them up with a little piece of string and then loop them in. But it's a nice shape. They're good.
I like the rounded shape is nice, especially for my foot and heel, I guess. I feel like I kind of have I have a thin heel as far as like the amount of fabric that's needed on the back, but then the actual heel itself I feel like is pretty fat and dense. And so yeah, I like the heel on it, how it kind of goes in for the ankle bone.
Yep, and still pretty to be decorative if you wanted to hang them on your wall while you're not blocking your socks.
Yes, I do like the hanging option here or here. I feel like I could go walk outside and hang that on a bush without having to have a...
Oh yeah, and then like take pictures or whatever.
Yes, for photo ops. I don't always block my socks. I could be like the the commercial. I don't always block my socks, but when I do, I'd like it to be able to get that air through and also be pretty. Decorative, if you will.
Very nice. I do have a lot of sock blockers. These will fit in real nice. But if you don't have any, it's probably a good place to start.
Yes, a good
they're
starter.
wooden and not that expensive.
Yep, and Danny has again generously offered, so we'll start up a giveaway thread out in the Ravelry boards, and I don't know, maybe like the most interesting place you've ever taken an FO shot.
Okay.
Of a pair of socks. I remember talking with Annie Light about one of my pairs of socks that I've designed for her, and she was saying that she thinks that her neighbors think she has a foot fetish. She's out in her yard frolicking around in socks and taking photos of it. Yeah. So, yep, most interesting place. And again, thank you to Jim and Danny, JD Craftshop. And that's JD Craftshop on Etsy. Ding ding! All right, the other wonderful folks that have contacted us is that Nora Gahn has a new book called Framework out, 10 Architectural Knits. It features Quince and Co's linen yarn, and I believe they have several bases now that are linen, right? They have the Kestrel and the Sparrow, so different bases, different weights. And these are very, the architectural is the correct adjective there. Very architectural, very lightweight, very frame driven, right? Like you see the architectural lines going through it, and very geographic shapes. So they've got, and I don't think I'll be able to reveal too much about it here, but they've got kind of the layout of the book. So there's a perimeter is one of the pieces, and that's a shawl, and it's just kind of showing you the architectural, kind of some riveting stuff going on. and how things are constructed, primarily through folding and rectangles, and it's just a fun, interesting take on summer wear, I guess. And I'm definitely in the mood. You saw my enabling of lots of, well, and you're knitting a linen top as well. I'm hogging the book here, but I had written down 3 that I definitely thought could be on my radar. One of them was Dormer. Of course I didn't write down pages.
Oh yeah, this is the one that I would probably knit as well.
Yep. Very loose, almost dropped stitch, kind of like clapetee. And she wrote in the book, she's hard pressed as a designer whether to say it is a shrug or a poncho. Like it's kind of a very loose, drapey rectangle. I could totally see you rocking it at Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Yeah.
Because it would be a nice light layer if it were really warm, but if you're kind of cold, it would be something to have over your shoulders as well. The other one was Walk Away.
I think we had the same taste going on here. So the Walk Away has a really interesting detail that comes up and onto the shoulder and then works its way down the back as well.
But only on the one side, so asymmetrical. Right. Yeah.
And then there's a V that's mimicked on the back side as well. I should show that too. It's really cute.
And I'll link.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see this, but you can see on the bottom there that there's a V. And again, you're probably laughing at me trying to hold it up and show you. But I thought that V detail that mimicked the V on the front of the garment was really interesting.
The actual V neck is mimicked in the back by V kind of like rivets.
Yes. Yep. Very, very architectural and very well thought through as far as like, oh, that's an interesting design detail.
I could see that being worn over the top of a swimsuit. I could see that being worn to a knitwear event over the top of some, nice trousers or a skirt. It's definitely a piece that, and then the one that was kind of out there for me was the gambrel. It had a really neat idea of, it's the one with the sleeves. So your back, yep. Boop, 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 there.
Ah, yes.
It's kind of got
very
circles,
interesting.
But and I think you could probably knit this up in a sample to make it a little more clear. They've got a pink-orange combo there that's right after my heart, but it's two-toned. So you've kind of got like this column of orange going on there, which is in a place where it would be hard to do if you weren't constructing the sleeves in the way that they were constructed, right? Like if you were knitting it as a top-down garment, that would be hard to work those lines, those concentric circles around the arms in 2 different colors. It may be a little out there for you, but for me it was kind of like, wow, that's kind of fun. I could see if I could find a really cool print, something like a capri or a skirt, and then have those same colors in the top. I guess I'm all about styling right now because I'm talking about styling my own knits for the book, but I think it would be, I think those are my top 3 from the book. You've got a different one?
Well, if I hadn't sworn off things that don't close, I think that this is a really good basic. This is called the Arena, and it is really simple. It flares out at the bottom a bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to close unless you do it near your belly button. Let's see if they have a nice back detail, but it does have a nice like T shape on the back as well. That's very basic and interesting. And then on this one, I really liked the stitch pattern. I just thought the stitch pattern was endlessly interesting. So it's another one that's kind of like a shrug, open front. So you can see right here on the shoulder, it's going to come right in here. And it might be one of those ones that I don't like. But that stitch pattern is just, I don't know, I really like it.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
And they actually show a little bit of it on the next page where it's just kind of before they've blocked it.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of when you were doing that paper knitting.
Yeah, so it's got 2 different yarns in it. So you're going to have thick bands and thin bands, and very, very interesting.
Yep. I mean, I think that it's a nice, just in general, a nice application to their linen yarns. Of those architectural elements, because that is what linen does really well. Like where wool kind of wants to rub up and join and make a cohesive fabric. I feel like linen's like, no, I'm good on my own. Like I can stand on my own, and I can create a structural element in this garment and not have it disappear after a couple of wearings, right? And the more you wear linen, the softer it gets. I think that and I really like the size and the shape of the book.
Oh yeah,
it's it's like a coffee table type book. Yeah. Like I could see this at a beach house, sitting on a coffee table.
It's very beach house. I was hoping they'd have one of those sections about the yarns used in the book, so you could see how many different linens they used. But I'm sure she used all of the linens that they had to offer. Here's a nice little picture of balls of yarn.
So to enter for a digital copy, not necessarily a coffee table copy of this book, but a digital copy, if you're interested, we'll have a giveaway thread out there. And I think it would be interesting to see which of the patterns in the book you'd be interested in knitting. And for extra credit, you could post what colorways you would pair with that pattern.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
Yeah, go out to their website and pick out the kestrel and the... I can't even come up with a colorway right now.
Yeah, they chose a very similar palette all the way through the ones that they used in the book. So yeah, it would be interesting to see what other colors people had to choose.
All right, yes. So shower, JD, the JD Craftshop, and Quince and Co, and this very architectural framework by Nora Gahn out on Quince and Co. Shower them with our love and appreciation by clicking through and enter the giveaways, because they're very generous.
So thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.